Buckle up, sports fanatics. This is the Sports Chasers Podcast, your HQ for in-depth sports talk. Join host Kevin L. Warren and crew as they dissect the hottest stories, ignite debates, and bring you closer to the action. From locker room whispers to expert takes, we cover it all. It's game time, so strap in and grab a drink. The Sports Chasers Podcast starts right now.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? What's happening, everybody? It's another edition of the Sports Chasers Podcast coming to you live and direct, March 28th, 2024. Hey, man, we're doing good things out here, man. Welcome to another edition, episode 214, man. Glad to be back in the place, back in my newer renovated digs, man. Happy to be there. Made some great changes, man. I'll be showing some stuff here on social media here in the next couple of days, but glad to be back. Hey, let's meet the crew, man. D-Dubs, what's up, brother? How are you?
Yo, what's good? What's good? Sports Chasers Podcast Thursday night. We here. Let's get it.
Happy opening day.
Happy opening day. Yeah, you know.
Yes, buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jacks. You know, we got the Yankees on. You know, we won the day 6-5. No, 5-4. We won that game in Houston. Shout out to Juan Soto. You know, game winning RBI, and he threw somebody out the plate. But we'll talk about it in a minute. Dan K, the hockey dude, he's with us. Dan, what's up, brother? How are you? Dan got his Pirates paraphernalia on. They're beating the Marlins 6-5 in Miami.
Final.
It's final. Oh, okay. It's a final down there in Miami. It's 6-5. Pirates are 1-0, like the Yankees are 1-0. Dan, what's up, bro? How are you?
Doing great. You know, baseball's back. You know, for probably the last time of the year, we'll be tied for first in the division. But you know, we're gonna go from there.
Yeah, bro. Your man Cruz, he had a home run today, man. So, yo, man, you know, optimism brings, you know, internal, whatever they say about baseball and all that stuff, man. So, we got a lot to get into today. We got hockey. Dan's going to go over hockey. 3 weeks to go in the season. My New York Rangers, D-Dubs New York Rangers, we clinched the first playoff spot in the National Hockey League. We're currently, I believe, we're 1 point ahead of Florida for the President's Trophy thing. But
keep it up.
Keep it up. Keep it up. We got NCAA basketball going on. Sweet 16 is going on tonight. We also we'll revisit the player safety rule thing that we had a heated debate about last week. What else we got? We said baseball. Basketball, we're talking about basketball. D-Dub sent me yesterday. I didn't get a chance to see it. Curry looks like he was sobbing over Draymond Green on the court.
Yeah, again, we already spoke about this whole Draymond Green, this foolishness with this guy, man. Yo, but y'all guys and Steve Kerr, he keeps on enabling the behavior. So it's the behavior, you know, the behavior.
It's the behavior. Shout out to Anna. It's the behavior.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to all those in YouTube land, Facebook land, and all that stuff. Twitter. I think we're live on Instagram. Also, shout out to all those that's live, man. Hey Dan, we're gonna kick it off with hockey since I started with hockey. Dan, let's get into it.
Well, you know, like you said, the Rangers are the top of the East, and you know, we'd be remiss with 10 games to go for the Rangers. The President's Trophy. Do you want to win that?
Is that the curse, man?
That's the curse. You win that, then you're usually out in the first round. You're done. You're nowhere near the Cups final.
That's why Boston is pulling back.
No, Boston's just struggling.
Boston's really struggling. So it's not, you know, they just don't want that.
That was a good game they played. That was a good game. Excuse me. I'm sorry, fellas. That was a good game they played last night against the Leafs. But they had two tough teams yesterday. I mean, the last 2 days. They had the Leafs and they had the Panthers on Tuesday night. So they played two tough games in the last two nights, man. So back-to-backs, mind you. But Dan's the hockey expert, not I. So, Dan, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you're good because, you know, why not after two hard-fought games, you know, against playoff contenders? Oh, why don't we just, you know, play the Avalanche tonight at 9:00?
Yeah, right.
It doesn't get any harder, does it?
Yeah.
You know, maybe follow that with Tampa Bay.
Wow.
We'll see. But starting our power rankings, the aforementioned Colorado Avalanche, they are number 1 in the power rankings this week. They're 9-1-0 in their last 10. And McKinnon, that dude, he's been on fire lately. He's got what, 123 points. Him and Kucherov from Tampa are going back and forth. Kuch had the empty netter last night, so he's up to a 124. But we'll see what happens when they play the Rangers tonight. Maybe he'll get a few more.
Good one right there.
And a bit. It's funny you mentioned, because I think I sent you guys the clip of when they played the Panthers the other night.
Yeah.
And they went to hit that guy behind the net, and they did.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
Watching a 6'7" guy like whoop, whoop, right off his feet. Yeah, that was nice.
It's pretty tough.
Yeah, that kid, if he can learn how to hit people with his size, he's going to be a menace. But if he keeps hitting people high,
Right.
he's going to watch a lot of games, which I'm going to get in a little bit later about his suspension and whatnot. But number 2, we do have your Rangers. You guys went 8-2-0 in the last 10. Number 3, we have the Hurricanes. They're 7-2-1. And one of those defeats was last night, I believe.
Hey, speaking of which, Dan, I thought it was real classy when your man went back to Pittsburgh. What was it the other day? Getzel, they gave him a standing O. That was pretty classy from the Pittsburgh folks.
They love their players, and he brought Stanley Cups to the town, so they absolutely love him. And I know the team still loves him. It's unfortunate. It was one of those things like the Canes came in, and they did all the nice stuff for him. But at the end of the day, they were trying to extend him. And I believe they gave him a pretty healthy size extension offer that he turned down. And I saw, the rumor mill is that he wants $10 million a year. That's, you're not getting more than the best player on the team. Or if you do, it's going to be by a smidge. But there's talks of him maybe coming back. But like the Canes, them picking him up and picking up Kuznetsov at the trade deadline, they kind of did what they were supposed to do. They filled their need. They needed, another scorer. You saw what happened when Svechnikov went out last year with the leg. They kind of struggled. Aho was a one-man army.
Right.
So now they got, another guy that can put the puck in the net and play make. And, with Getzel and Kuznetsov. So, they got great defense. There's a couple teams that I feel like you don't want to meet in the playoffs this year. I think Carolina's one of them.
Nope. I don't want nothing if we can get to the last final round of the Eastern Conference.
Yeah, if they can get to their game, and once it gets to the playoffs, like I've said many times on here, that is probably one of the loudest buildings I've ever been in for anything.
What's that? The PNC? No, that's not PNC.
Yeah.
What's the?
Is it PNC Arena? Yep.
Yeah, yep. It's crazy.
Oh, it's bonkers, dude. It gets so
crazy.
so loud. But like them, the other one I would say is probably the Tampa Bay Lightning.
Nope, I don't want none either. I mean, I know, like you said, they have played a lot of hockey over the last 4 or 5 years, but I saw how they played Boston last night, and they grinded it out and won.
It's something about when they get into that playoff, man, and that playoff mode, and that's what the NBA, NFL, not the Major League Baseball. It is something about that playoff grind. When they get there, it's just a slowdown. And we talked about this, I think, a couple weeks ago. 1 goal, that's all you need.
Yep.
And that could be it, man.
But like the Tampa, they got Vasilevsky. He's healthy now. Hedman, Kucherov, Hagel, Point. Is it Cirelli? Like they still have a pretty well stacked lineup, and they got 87 points right now. They're like what, 6th in the East?
Oh yeah, I believe they're 6, correct.
But when it gets to there's a different light bulb that goes on when the playoffs come, and when you have to win 4 of the next 7 to go and keep playing. And there's just some teams that, you get to that point, and I'd say the other, like a Western team, I would say I don't want to play would be the Golden Knights, even though they're down in the standings. They're like their last playoff spot with 86 points.
Yeah,
that's another team. They are absolutely loaded. And
No, their standings in how they're playing is not, I think, indicative of who they really are. So, like you said, they're like a fake 8.
hey, they got that championship pedigree, man. You can't underestimate that. You understand what I'm saying? So they still the Golden Knights. I don't care. 8th place. Hey, you better
Hey.
they might could flip the switch.
Like I said, they're mathematicians that they have over there deserve a raise because
getting all the players.
Game 1 of the playoffs start and Mark Stone's healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I said, there's I think some of these teams that are playoff built that kind of went through the blender, so to speak, as far as having slumps, not playing well, injuries and whatnot. And when it comes time for playoffs and stuff really matters, I think those would probably be the teams that, you don't want to play. But like after the Canes at 3, we got the Panthers. They've been struggling a little bit, 4-5-1 in the last 10. But when it comes to playoffs, we were just talking about bully ball. They're going to bully the hell out of you. Number 5, I got the Stars in the West, Oilers number 6, the Jets at number 7, and like a couple of these teams have been 500-ish recently, but Boston's number 8, they're 6-4-0. The Canucks, they kind of were the top dog for the longest time. I mean, they're only 1 point behind Dallas, but they had, an advantage, and then they kind of let it slip away a little bit. And number 10, this is probably the hottest team I think in the league right now. It's got to be the Predators because they're 8-0-2 in their last 10.
Yeah,
and I think they were on a heater the week before,
if I'm not mistaken, they're 16-2 and like 2 within that last period. It's something crazy. Yes.
Yeah, they're playing really good hockey, and they could do some damage once they get in also. And then number 11, we got the Knights. Number 12, our favorite Leafs. Couldn't wear it tonight. Got to represent baseball tonight, but they were 5-4-1 their last 10, and I'm just hoping Boston plays them in the first round. That'd make me so happy. And then 13, we got the Lightning. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10. And then 14, we got the Kings, 7-3-0. And then a surprising team, the Capitals. They're 7-3-0 in their last 10, and they squeaked their way in to the last playoff spot in the East with 81 points, just ahead of Detroit, who has 79. And then in 16, we have the Flyers at 4-4-2. And I feel kind of bad for them because their season, they had a promising rebuild. Yes. And then kind of the whole investigation debacle and the goalie situation they have going on. Like, I know Torts can be, sort of a butthole at times, but, the kids, they got in net, man, they're playing their hearts out. They're doing the best they can. And I think, when he first addressed the media about it, he really didn't help, that cause, but then, kind of retracted, like he understands what he's got and what's going on. And, they're just trying to hang on and, stay in the playoffs. And then my wild cards in the East, the guys that might be able to eke their way back in, Detroit, they're 3-6-1 their last 10. They're 2 points back from the Capitals. Let's see, they played 72 games and the Capitals played 71, but they're only 3 points behind the Flyers.
So they got a game in hand. So
yeah, I could see possibly the Flyers dropping out, and maybe Detroit and Washington get in, and then Jersey's 5 points back of the last spot too. And
Jersey was disappointing this year. I thought they would be. I mean, I know they had injuries early on, but Yeah, they're a little disappointing this year. I thought they would be more in the mix, and I don't think they're going to make it.
Yeah, they've had a tough go of it. 5-5-0 in their last 10. On paper, roster wise, you would think they'd be a lot better, but for whatever reason, they've struggled this year. And then in the West, we got St. Louis. In the West, the closest team is 6 points back.
It's crazy.
And they both have 10 games left.
Wow.
So they're 6 behind Vegas. Both with 72 games or played. So they both got 10 left to make up 6 points in 10 games. And then the Wild, they've had their struggles, but they, decided, they want to give it their all the last part of the season. They went 6-3-1 their last 10, but they're 9 points back. And they got a game in hand. They got 11 games left, but yeah, with the way that the point system's set up today, if you can take the teams that are in, if they can take games to overtime, get that point, it's near impossible to make up that many points.
Right.
But that's all I got for the power rankings. I'm kind of excited to see the last 10, 12 games that we got going on here.
Down the stretch we go.
Yep.
Yeah, down the stretch.
How the seedings work out, who plays who, should be really interesting. Because what is it? The top two teams, or the top team in the Metro and the top team in, was it the Atlantic or whatever it is? So the Rangers in Boston would have the top 2 seeds.
Right.
So they would play Washington and Philly. So
now, as it stands right now.
Yeah, as it stands, right, yeah.
Yeah, so then Carolina would play. I'm trying to think. I need to break it down in the conference. It's the Atlantic. Okay.
Conference. You said Carolina?
Okay. So, no, I think Carolina would play Philly.
3 and 6, yeah. Philly.
Yeah. But we'll see. We'll see how it shakes out. I mean, some of the stuff, really isn't going to make a whole lot of difference. Just really, if Carolina can catch, they're 3 points behind the Rangers. So if they can catch them, get the number 1 seed.
Oh, to be corrected. No, that would be Carolina and Washington. That would be if it stands right now. Yeah.
Ugh, yeah.
Caps in Carolina. And yeah, that's how it would be. Philly and Florida, if I'm not mistaken. Philly and Toronto. Yeah. Or Boston.
Okay, so I think the way this works, if I'm correct, so the number 1 seeds in the Atlantic and Metro play the wild card teams, right? And the top team, points wise, I think gets the last seed. So in this instance, the Rangers would play Washington, Boston would play Tampa, and then Florida and Toronto would play, and then Carolina and Philly would play because Philly's third in the East.
Okay.
I believe that's the way it shakes out. But I'm still, 1, I don't like the point system with the overtime crap. 2, I don't like this playoff format. I like 1 through 8. 1 plays 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5. Doesn't matter what division you play in the East.
Okay, hold on. Maybe did I miss something? Did they change that?
Well, no. Like I was saying, so the top 3 teams in each conference, or Atlantic and the Metro. So the top team in each of those plays a wild card team.
Okay.
And then the 2 remaining teams within the Metro play each other, and the 2 remaining teams in the Atlantic play each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it'd be like Florida, Toronto, Carolina, Philly, and then the Rangers and Boston would play the wild card teams. But I don't know if you or any of you saw the Tom Wilson incident against Toronto the other night.
I did.
I missed it.
Thoughts, Kevin?
just let you have it, man, because
No, I'll ask you this: Do you think that was unintentional or intentional?
I thought it was intentional.
Okay, we're in agreement.
I thought it was. I thought it was intentional. I thought it was wholeheartedly intentional. As you talk about, I'll pull it up and see. Let our folks check it
Well,
out.
Dan, break it down, Dan. What happened, man?
Was it Noah Gregor? So in the offensive zone, about where the face-off dot is, close to the boards.
Okay.
Wilson's coming in behind him, and they get into it, like into each other. So Gregor's facing the end line, Wilson's facing his back. And I don't know if he reverse hit him or not at the beginning of that. But so Wilson's got like one arm to the right side of Gregor's body. He's right-handed. Top hand would be your left hand on his stick. And he literally just whipped it around and caught the dude right across the face. Right below.
Oh, he's the Draymond Green of hockey. Oh, okay. I got you.
No, he's the silver trash can.
Oh, okay. Silver.
Hefty. But
courtesy. Go ahead, Dan. As you
go ahead and show this because
yes. Extra camera share screen there.
It had to be an accident, Dan.
Okay, you tell me.
Washington. Capitals forward Tom Wilson was penalized for high sticking Leafs
Whoop!
forward.
Right there it is.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, let's break it down for us.
Enters the Washington zone on the rush, with Wilson back checking behind him.
Oh yeah.
Wilson is a legal body check on Gregor as the Capitals gain control of the puck and move it behind the net to begin a breakout.
He takes the stick and
As
whack
Wilson
him.
and Gregor separate after the hit, Wilson draws his stick back, then swings it forward in an extremely reckless fashion, making direct and forceful contact with Gregor's face. This is high sticking. It is important to note that Wilson is solely in control of his actions throughout this play. While we acknowledge Wilson's assertion that he did not mean to strike Gregor in the face, the fact remains that Wilson's stick is drawn back behind him, then swung forcefully and recklessly into his opponent. This is not a case in which two players are fully engaged in influencing each other's actions. Nor is it a case in which a player.
That's clear. That's clear. I mean, I don't even have to think about that. That's
Your Honor. I believe we have clear-cut evidence.
Yeah.
Yo, that is intentional as intentional can get. Yes, and he should have probably been. I mean,
when I saw it the other night, when I saw it the other night, and then when they was questioning it on whatever I was watching it on, I was like, man, this is high stick. This is more than high sticking, man. And when they gave him 6 games, I was like, he easily could have got 10.
Oh, they did give him some time. Yeah.
Hey,
man.
He gave him 6 games for that, man. Yeah.
Listen, you got to hold something for that. Go ahead, Dan.
Okay. My point of showing that is we can see and make our own opinion of what happened there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we can kind of agree that this wasn't a case of off balance, anything else. That was, thought in the head, whoop, or wires crossed, didn't know he was thinking it, but his body knew what he was doing and hit him in the head, right? So look what Morgan Riley got from Toronto for the cross check. He got 5. I don't think that dude's ever been suspended before. Then you got Rempe. He ran that dude from Florida in the boards, and then he got the other guy right by the penalty box with a high hit. He got 5. He got 5 games, right? He never been suspended.
Nope.
Tell me how many times Tom Wilson has been suspended for dirty hits.
Well, I was, yeah.
So that being said, it's been multiple repeat offenders. The penalty needs to be more because it's a pattern of behavior that they display. Where they
today's word is behavior.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right?
was Morgan Riley worth a 5-game? Probably. What this was this a 6-game suspension compared to that? Hell no. To me, this should have been 15 or 20.
Oh, that's all.
Yeah,
there you go, Dan.
Yeah. Tom Wilson, he is a repeat offender.
He's a habitual.
habitual offender when it comes to violence. Well, hockey. Well, I take that.
Yeah.
Violent sport. All right, but
We got the blotter up. Go ahead.
Police blotter. Yeah, DA ain't here tonight. But when it comes to these erroneous things, because when I saw the backlash with the thing, I was like, oh man, that's intentional. There's nothing. You got to hold that, bro. Tom Wilson, and for all the stuff you did, and just because it is Tom Wilson, absolutely, he got to hold that, bro.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, I could get like if he did the same swinging motion, right? But it was down around his knees or his shins, and the other guy's stick is on the ice, and it comes across and rides up, and then hits him.
Right.
I could get that. He's trying to make a play on the puck. The puck's not in his grill. It's on the ice. So for him to swing upward at his head, to me, like I said, that's easy 15, 20 games. And I like.
Hey, Dan.
Go ahead.
Is anybody defending him? Are people trying to defend his actions? Or
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. All right.
But from the couple of ex-players, John Scott being one of them, the big guy that played at Buffalo, and they made the All-Star game as an enforcer. But yeah, like he's like, this is disgusting. I can't even look at it. He's like, I think he even called for more games than what I was thinking. But you're not going to change the behavior if you only sit them out for 2 weeks.
But again, I know I'm not trying to fast forward, but this is the same thing I said about Draymond Green. That this guy needed to hold at least half a season, if not more, because if you don't hammer these guys continue to do this type of exhibit these type of behaviors. So, again, they'll learn at some point. You're going to take out your star player one day, and then that's what's going to happen. That's when it's going to really hit the fan. When the star player gets hit and knocked out and out for some time, you watch. That's the only way it's going to change.
Yeah, they'll stop that. Yeah, they'll stop that 100%.
Well, see, there used to be a thing that would police this.
Right.
But
we have gotten away from that.
They've I guess what's the term? Eased its, quietly eased it out the door. It still happens, but back in the day, that's why you had Morty McSorley. You know what I mean?
Thanks.
Or what was the other one that used to play for them? The defenseman. I mean, you went near him, Gretz. You touched him. You got your face pounded in. And that's the thing is there aren't guys in the like Wilson's a rare breed, like kind of like Rempe or some of these other guys.
Well, Tom Wilson got into the nonsense the other year. The last was the game before the last
the Rangers.
With the Rangers with his nonsense.
Yeah, he ragdolled your whole freaking what was it? Panarin and his line. He just ragdolled the whole line.
Don't worry. Well, as soon as we faced them the next year, the first game first, they didn't even wait for the puck to drop. They just.
But that's what I'm saying. Like,
yes,
you don't like Wilson he has skill and he can skate, but I just think his wires are crossed half the time because of the nonsense. But like like Ryan Reeves, he can skate all right, and he can handle his business. But that's the thing is, you can't run down there and just drop the gloves and go, because guess what? You get the 5, you get the 2-minute instigator, you get a 10-minute misconduct. So right off the bat, you're basically out a full period. You're 17 minutes out of a 20-minute period, depending on when that happens in a game. Like say that's like 5 minutes into the third period, and you do that, you're done for the game. So you're going to hurt your team if you go after them. So you can't really go after them. So that's when you see stuff like the Rangers did. They said, you know what, this is, playoff hockey. We're not going to do anything about it, or whenever, or late in the season, next time we play, when the games don't matter and we got 81 more of them, then we'll handle it.
Yeah.
But that's kind of my thing is like, some of the stuff that they proposed, like with the instigator rule, I get it if you just drop your gloves and go after somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But when something like that happens, where it's that's not a hockey play, you need to be able to just go over, drop your gloves, and if he's willing or not, you just punch him in the face until you get your aggression out, and then go sit down. Just sit down for 5 minutes, call it even. Because really, that to me, that should have been like a 4-minute high stick, whether he's bleeding or not.
100%. I don't know how they didn't get that, but who knows? Go ahead, Dan.
But just finishing up, like we were talking, about your Rangers. There are some pretty good games tonight. Most of them, I would say, are 8:00 and later. And just a few of those. You got Vegas at Winnipeg tonight in Winnipeg. And then you got New York, the Rangers against the Avalanche in Colorado.
Should be a good one.
And then you have Dallas visiting Vancouver in Vancouver. But those would probably be, you got the Florida and the Islanders playing right now, 1-1 at the end of the first. The Owls are trying to get back into the playoff picture, so they desperately need those points. Same with Detroit. They're playing Carolina. They're scoreless in the first. And then Philly and Montreal. Like I said, Philly's been struggling down the stretch here with the goalie situation. They're down 2-0 to Montreal in Montreal. So these last 10 games are going to probably move the needle here and there within the divisions, because really you got Carolina, the Rangers, Florida, and Boston within 3 points of each other for the President's Trophy out of the East. And then you got Dallas, Colorado, Vancouver, all within 2 points of each other. And Dallas has got 99, just like Boston, behind the Rangers. So, I want to see who wins that and what happens in the playoffs. Because usually that's the kiss of death. But,
yeah, true that.
Yep. But that's hockey for the week.
Nobody wants the trophy. That's amazing.
Yeah, they're playing hot potato with the trophy.
Yeah, you see some teams hitting some people. Like, nah, we're good.
Scared of the trophy. Wow.
Yeah, nobody wants
they're scared of it, but as you could see, if you look, I want to say Chicago was one of the last teams, the Blackhawks, with Tavares and Kane and them, to win the President's Trophy and win the Cup.
Got it.
Yeah, definitely. He's Dan K with hockey. Thank you, Dan, so much for that. Let me get your name down from here. So, like I said, it's Major League Baseball. It's the for real opening day. Ryan, hopefully you're listening. Text Ryan a couple minutes ago, about an hour ago. We was talking about the Yankees and the Astros. The Yankees, my Yankees, D-Dub's Yankees, wind up pulling up their game. The Yankees were down 4-0 going into the fifth inning, and then they scored 3 runs and made it 4-3. Then they tied it up. I don't think the Yankees hit a home run that whole game. The Yankees play small ball, which what if you're a Yankee fan, that's what we've been saying the whole time. And the home runs play small ball, and Juan Soto, they who they
good defense.
He made the play of the game in the 9th inning. There was Astros had runners at first and second with 1 out. I believe, I forgot, I don't think it was Bergman, the guy before Bergman. He hit a single to right field, and the runner was coming from second base. He rounded the base. Soto made a almost near perfect throw. The catcher did not block the plate, tagged him, barely got a lace on or something. And that was the second out of the inning. Good play, good fundamental play. And the Yankees played small ball. I think Judge was 2 for 4. Excuse me, 3 for 4. A couple of singles and a double. And hopefully the Yankees keep going that way. Dan's Pirates, they open up with a win against the I think I said it earlier in the show opener. They beat the Marlins 6-5 in Miami. Ortiz was the winner. Hernandez got the loss. Ortiz got the win. Cronin with the loss. Dan, your thoughts on your Pirates this year? I'm gonna go through some storylines here in a little bit.
Hey, I'm happy as can be. We're in first place. It's not going to last long, but we're there. Tied with Cincinnati Reds in 1 game apiece. But no, man, like if we keep people healthy, like we lost Cruz and Neil Cruz, the shortstop, early in the season when he broke his ankle sliding into home plate, and that hurt. But I mean, kind of reminds me of the movie Major League. Who are these guys? I don't know, but they're still shitty.
Don't do it, bro.
But that way, Connor Joe, leading off, Brian Reynolds, and then Brian Hayes, McCutcheon, Henry Davis got the call at catcher today, and Cruz at shortstop, Triolo at second, and Talese at first base. And they got Sawinski he was on the bench today, came in and pinch hit, and same with Olivares. So I mean, like they picked up, I think, like 9 free agents, but they're all like 1-year contracts. Don't want to commit to anything. But just the guys that came in, like Ortiz and Hernandez, they came in and got the save. Chapman pitched an inning. So like, there's hope there,
right?
That if the band could stay healthy, they might do a little damage this year. I still think they should. Trevor Bauer's still a free agent. I know he would love to be in Major League Baseball again, and I think they could probably get him on a sweet 2-year deal.
His legal
prove
deals,
himself, and then do what we always do: let him go somewhere and make the money.
100%, 100%.
Hey, Kev, the Yankees probably looking. Garrett Cole is on the DL, 60 games, 60-day DL.
Till about June something. Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be true. Depends on what Bauer wants to do. Shout out to my cousin Kim. She's watching. Kim, what's up, cuz? Appreciate you.
What up?
So let me get to some of these Major League Baseball 24 items. This is coming from RJ Anderson of CBS Sports. Shout out to CBS Sports. They're on ticker on top of our website. Make sure you go to our website. You want some goodies and stuff. Sportschaserspodcast.net. Some of the things he said, Mr. Anderson said, he says, what happens with the Ohtani Mizuru investigation? D-Dub, your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm seeing Major League Baseball. It's look like kid gloves they playing with this guy, man. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think they ain't gonna do anything with him because of who he is.
I want to know, how did somebody get a hold of $4.5 million of your money, and then we looking like, I'm just paying a bill. No,
I'd
sir.
be mad if you had $4 of my money.
yeah. So I don't know. It looks like now they look like they just rush it. If it was anybody else, this would be every day. They would have been talking about this every day. The fact of the matter, they know there's something stinks, and it stinks to high heaven, and they're not saying nothing. I find that amazing, man. And everybody knows there's something here, but nobody's saying nothing. It's just weird to me. But they, it's the cash cow. This is the guy. He got a whole country behind him, so they're trying to get. I mean, my God. I mean, you're trying to get all that money, but we'll see. Like I said, time will tell. Time will tell. And Major League Baseball, we've seen this before from you guys. You guys love turning your head in the other direction when things is going on. But yeah. I don't see you. No, we see you. But
we see. Take that.
Oh God, stop! Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Yeah, that's been going on for quite some time and nobody's seen it. Yeah, that's America for you, man. We're blind to what we want to be blind to, and then all of a sudden we wake up and it's like, oh, this is great. We outraged now. Okay,
yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Boy.
Let me move on. All right, so I said that. Where are we going here? Can the Dodgers make good on the hype?
Hey man, you getting paid they getting all this money. Yeah, man. Yo, listen, championship or bust for the LA Dodgers. They put the pressure on themselves like this, signing all these players. Listen, if they don't get it done, it's they're a failure. As far as I'm concerned, it's a failed season. Failed. You got to get it done.
You know what I find remarkable about the Los Angeles market? Who's the only LA team that won a legit championships? Oops. In the last few years.
Oh, the Rams is the only.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I was getting at.
Rams.
Yeah. The LA Rams, they was the only, to me, in my opinion, there was other LA teams that won championships, and
Yeah, the Rams is the only one here lately is won a legit championship. So y'all can miss me all that bubble from both Major League Baseball and that NBA. That is not a championship.
Can Judge and Soto each hit 50 home runs?
I don't know. That's tough, man, because 50 apiece.
50 apiece. Yes, 50 apiece.
Okay, let's do the math. They bat 4 times a game, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So they get an opportunity 4 times a game, and they play 162 games, right?
Okay. All right.
62 times 4.
Okay.
So they get about 650 at bats. Yeah, you don't think he can hit one? Like, I mean, think about it. It's 162 games. Even if he plays, I say 150.
I think Soto will get 50 because of where he's playing at now. The short port in right field in Yankee Stadium is 314 feet. So
There you go.
I think he absolutely will get 50. Judge, if he stays healthy, like the year before last.
Yeah, that's the only question. Is it
Yeah,
if they're healthy? Yes.
He just came back. So let me go on. Will the Rangers repeat?
No.
It's too early to tell.
Yeah.
It's such a long season.
It's a long season, but I would say off the rip, I would say no. But yeah, it's a long season, and they would have to show us something.
Can the Orioles and Diamondbacks do it again? Make pushes late into the postseason. Diamondbacks, of course, they went to the World Series against nobody predicted that. Nobody. They have a good team, and they barnstormed there all the way through. They got rid of the Dodgers.
Right.
I think the Orioles. I think the Orioles ran into a very hot Texas Rangers team. If the Orioles continue on their path that they did last year, I think they absolutely will make. They got some good young hitters in that lineup, and they got pitching.
Yeah, the Orioles is a good young team, so I wouldn't say why they couldn't, other than being young, but young and they gaining experience. So I would think that they could still do it.
Right. Okay. Let me move on here to this. Will the Astros win the ALCS again? I should have Ryan on here. Ask him.
They still have garbage cans in the dugout?
I'm moving on. on.
Dan, you ain't gonna let them live off of that, man. You're not gonna let them live, man. Huh?
Yeah.
Garbage cans.
You cheat to win a championship, and they let you keep it. Thank you, MLB.
Well, I ain't got nothing to say. I can't.
Let me move on. Yo, what's up with late signing impact of Scott Boras for Jordan Montgomery, Blake Snell, Cody Bellinger, and Matt Chapman? Will those be impacts?
And they're not old players, though, right?
Yeah, Cody Bellinger. He was instrumental last year with the Rangers.
Right. And they still ain't got a home. Nobody.
Who's that?
Cody Bellinger. You said these guys don't have a home.
Let me see. The office left Blake Snell, outfielder Cody Bellinger, and third base Matt also signed deep into the off season. No, they found homes. Yes, they found. Yes.
That just comes down to probably wanting too much money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's next for Angels Mike Trout?
500 baseball for the rest of his life.
Damn.
If he's going to stay in Anaheim,
Yeah, I don't think Mike Trout gets the damn. I think he already told you what he was, what he is and what he's about. He just want to play ball, and if a championship comes, it comes. If it don't,
But you don't think he wants to get out of leave Anaheim?
yo,
It's not like, I mean, it's all what you want, right? I guess.
Right.
And I'm in his mind to figure out what he want. But
Kev,
I would go ahead.
We're in the era of what player empowerment. If he wanted to be out, he would have been out. I'm just saying, if he wanted to get out, he could get out. This is if any time to get out of anything you do it, this is the time to do it.
You saw Ben Simmons' Instagram the other day? Oops.
Does he still play?
Ben Simmons been out. He been checked out.
I was gonna say, does he even play?
Yeah.
No, he's done for the season.
FMLA. Okay.
Yeah.
FMLA. Shout out to all my FMLA people who scamming this.
Still getting that paycheck.
Check. I ain't mad at y'all, yo. I'm messing with y'all. Hey.
Shout out to all the FMLA people.
Shout out to all my FMLA people. Yeah, yo, they protect the job.
I got pre-existing conditions.
Yo, whatever, man.
Yo, man. I'm not your doctor, bro. Do your thing, babe. Do your thing, man.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Is the A's last stand in Oakland? What will happen to the A's?
They moving, right? Don't they move?
They don't move for like 3 more years, bro.
That's gonna be rough for them to draw crowds.
Yeah.
That's dumb. That's dumb for Major League Baseball to do this. Shame on them for allowing this.
Yo, all I know, maybe
they did it on purpose to the city of Oakland. I know there's a lot of stuff going on with Oakland. Oakland's it's on its downs and all that, but sheesh.
I don't know. Maybe the stolen cars are go parking in a lot. I don't know, man. Yeah,
Which manager is on the hot seat?
Which manager? It's going to be the Dodgers manager. What's my man? What's his name? What's my boy's name?
Roberts. Dave Roberts.
I'd say him or the Yankees.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, he's 2. Yeah, Aaron Boone's 2. Because
Aaron Boone.
Yeah, the Yankees
Aaron Boone should have been on it. But okay, I'm sorry.
The Yankees have not won the World Series since 2009. So just think about that. So this is going to be another route. Yeah, I mean, ain't no sorry. I mean, yo.
No, it ain't no sorry. I've been saying that he should have been gone. Maybe about 2-3 years ago already. They keep bringing him back, and Cashman and the rest of the crew, and hey. But what do I know, man? You know what I'm saying?
How much will the new rules impact the games?
Which new ones?
Well, let's start with the blocking of any base now. I saw that in spring training. On my go ahead.
Yeah, that's dumb. I don't like that. But
I think it was a preseason game, and the guy stole second base. He was out by a country mile. Like, I'm talking, the guy almost tagged him before he slid, and because he was in front of the bag, and he went, no, safe. He blocked the bag. Get that. That's so dumb. Yes, get rid of that. I get it. The catcher standing in front of home plate, and the ball's coming to him. I can get him trying to block the plate. But, like, just standing there to block the plate when there's no throw coming, yeah, that's interference. Like, the way they had it before, the interference rule worked. Now it's like you're trying to, I don't know, make it into something it's not.
Right.
I mean, if anything, don't even have bases. Like, have the player stand at a base, and if the catcher can throw the ball to second base before you get to your base, which is, where it's supposed to be, put another base right behind it, he's out. So you don't even have to tag the guy.
But remember, they enlarged the bases last year. Last year they enlarged the bases,
correct,
so they can avoid injuries. So now we're gonna
make
put
them bigger. Make it like a stop sign. I mean, get a 4x4, baseball pad, out there, so they all have enough real estate to get to.
So, I mean, what
That's
we
just
got? The widening of the runner's lane.
Yes.
The runner's lane has been widened. I'm not sure what was the problem. I don't understand what was the problem and what did we try? What are they trying to correct? You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't like all right, you added a pitch timer last year. Okay, get it, but I don't get it.
Well, they wanted to speed up the game with that. I agree.
That was cool. Okay, that was good
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I went to the game last year and it went by like that.
Yeah, before we know it, it was over, right?
Right.
So pitch clock. Yeah, I agree
Pitch
because they
clock,
keep on the
cool.
ball. Throwing over to, like, I think you only have allowed 3 times you throw over to first base. You can't keep doing that.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, but baseball, I understand they're trying to get offense going. It's like they took away the shift and all that stuff and playing small ball. Yeah, kind of like illegal defense. I get that too. I understand that. But this rule right here, man, that's just dumb. Because then it becomes what? Because I'm going to go back to our next topic next, talking about objectives. So I want to get Dan's opinion on hip tackling. So let me finish my. D-Dub and Ryan got into it really good last week about that hip tackling rule. Let me get your last one. Who wins the World Series? Who's going to face each other in the World Series? Dan, I'll start with Dan.
Pirates and the Orioles returned to 1979.
Okay, Pirates and the Orioles. You heard it right here. Dan, you must have put some money on some odds somewhere. Being that they flying over North Carolina, all the betting stuff. We'll get into that too in a second. D-Dub, who you got?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Atlanta Braves and Tampa Bay.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do Braves versus the Orioles.
That's a good one too. I like that.
Yeah, I think the Orioles will find their way. It'll be the Yankees and the Orioles in the championship, AL championship, and they'll defeat Orioles to defeat the Yankees, and the Braves will face. Who will they face? The Dodgers, and they'll beat the Dodgers. That's what I want to say. So
this Tampa Bay team always seems to have people come out the woodworks
every year, man. Yeah, they like they're like small ball too. The second, yes,
and they end up whipping up on the the Yankees. Hopefully the Yankees win.
As you can see, I didn't pick them. I didn't pick them like that, man. So
yeah.
Let me get to the shout out to baseball opening day, the real opening day, Ryan. You heard it right here. The real opening day. Shout out to opening day. 161 left. Good luck to everybody's team. Whoever you're rooting for. I love baseball. It's a long sport. It's always been a long sport. To all those that say, "Oh, it's a long sport." Well, it's always been a long sport. It's always
been like that, man.
From March to October. So now it goes into November, first week in November. So anyway, National Football League, the NFL. This is according to The Athletic from Ted Gwynn. He says the NFL's 29-3 approval Tuesday of the new kicker rule creates one of the league's most radical changes ever, and the hope of bringing excitement back to the play while reducing injuries, which with it comes intriguing possibilities for strategy and personal decisions as teams will have to figure it out on the fly this season. In 2011, the league looking to cut down on disproportionate injury risk on kickoffs effectively neutered them by moving the kickoff point from the 30, to the 35-yard, making it a much easier for touchbacks to occur. In 2016, the NFL incentivized touchbacks by moving the touchback starting point from the 20 to the 25. The measures reduced injuries by decreasing the number of kicks returned, but the league didn't address the root cause of the injury. The offensive special teams coaches Darren Rizzi, John Fessel, and Richard Hightower aimed to save kickoffs. They created the hybrid kickoff, an altered version of Sam Schwartzstein's XFL's altered kickoff when the spring league had used since its restart in 2020. I spoke to Schwartzstein about his altered kickoff and the process of creating and implementing it for the XFL. The purpose of the new format is to eliminate the running start players on the traditional kickoff which led to huge collisions, concussions, and other injuries. Let me go to the other one here. So they did that. They talked about that. I wanted to get that. There's just so much. You look like you need a PowerPoint, but we'll go to the hip rule tackling that I didn't have it on there. Dan, what you think about the NFL passing that? And I'll get that.
You saw the video I sent you.
Yeah.
So, here's my thing, right?
Let me see if I can pull it off.
You know, I'm just gonna lay it out. So you play defense, right? You know, D tackle, rusher, linebacker, whatever. You can't hit the guy low.
Nope.
Especially with quarterbacks. You can't hip tackle now.
Nope.
You can't hit him high because they've legislated that rule in. So now, if I can't hit you in your legs and I can't hit you in your head and I can't hit you in the waist, what's left? And I can't horse collar you. Which I understand that's a legit call. You shouldn't be able to
have the answer for you.
But I mean, do I just pick you up, lullaby you to sleep, and then lay you down softly on a pillow at your desired yardage location?
I mean, pink flag.
Yeah. But what did at least
pink flags at that? Pink flags.
What did I say though? This is turning more and more into flag football.
Wow.
I mean, you can't do anything to the quarterback, but yet he can stay up and try to fight it for as long as you want, but you can't hit him. You can't hit him low, can't hit him high. It's just, I saw this rule and I was just like, this is dumb. And I know JJ Watt went on a rant about it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He went off.
Right. He's right. Because, like, you know, the lineman can cut his knees out all day long. Why didn't they legislate that out? That type of play for linemen. You know, the offense can't do that. If you're really worried about player safety and guys getting their knees taken out,
they not.
Wouldn't that make sense? And here's this kind of, you know, this is bitch with Dan time. So you change the kickoff, right? Now you're gonna play chess. You're gonna put everybody on their desired little check, you know, square, line them up, and then you're gonna kick the ball from like 40 yards back, and then you can't move until the offensive team catches the ball and runs, right?
Right.
Okay, so we're worried about player safety on a kickoff. We want guys running full speed down the field, tackle one guy that has the football. We want to make it real close combat. So what the fuck are you going to do on a punt? It's the same thing.
Oh, did they change the rules on the punt? They have nothing's changed, right?
Nothing's changed. So yes, you know, they line up close to each other, but you still got two guys on the outside that are running full speed, trying to hit the dude. So it's just the same as a kickoff. So what are you going to do? You're going to keep the punt? Or do you say, you know what? It's 4th and 15, but if you go for it on 4th down, you only have to make 5 yards to get a first down, but then you have to go the rest of the way. I mean, just you're going to end up with ludicrous rules to legislate all this shit out of the game. When really, if that's you worried about player safety, then guess what? Flag football.
No, Dan, they're gonna end up with me not watching. That's what they're gonna end up, and a lot of people not watching with this foolishness.
Oh, but you're a sports podcast. How can you not watch football?
Yeah, I will. I you know, just like anything else. You know what I'm saying?
I can watch flag football at the local park.
Yeah, I mean, this is not what we are, you know, signed up for, so to speak. The kickoff. Here's the problem with the kickoff. It's not really a problem. The kickoff is they're trying to not outlaw, but they're trying to discourage the kick out of bounds, all the way out of bounds. Right. But like we talked about last week, but use the same guys. It was like y'all didn't want no kick returns. Now, kick returns is down 22%, and then now y'all want kickoffs back.
How can we get it involved without making it safe?
Right. So you steal it from the XFL, and then try to give them credit for it at first. At one point, I heard there was another. That's another story. But so now you got to train the kicker to kick it in within that between the goal line and the 20. I think that's the fair range that they want you. If you receive the kick, you have to run in that green area.
Oh, you can't fair catch a kickoff?
No, there's no. I believe the fair catch is out on the kickoff now. Yes, yo.
Yes, it's out. Yes.
It's
So
stupid.
Here's I think
no more fair catches. They want you to run the ball now.
The idea I get, but
you can't tackle nobody though, too, because God forbid if you tackle. So I don't know.
What matters how far I run. If
yeah,
I
right.
Tackle the guy,
because he's gonna run right past you.
And here's my biggest question about this rule change: is will this effectively eliminate some players from NFL rosters by the makeup of how this kick is going to go? Because, the usual guys that do the special teams
players,
linebackers, tight ends, receivers, running backs. That's usually, your dudes that do that job. Well, if you're only going to be 10 yards from each other, are you going to put more big boys on your kick return team to try to be able to get, because you don't have to run as far to make contact. So right. You don't have to be super fast, or athletic, you could put linemen in that situation. So, or they're going to be guys that are normal special teamers that play, back up at cornerback, dime packages only, whatever. Is that going to change the makeup of the rosters for these teams of who they keep and how this lineup, across from each other works out? That's what I'm interested to see is, because you have, these sneaky coaches that are very good that figure out, how to take advantage of, to how to strategize well.
Correct.
So,
and it's going to happen. Somebody's going to figure it out and, line up certain players and what have you. So
I'm just curious of how many potential NFL players are in the XFL because they're not needed now, because it's not as important to have certain characteristics for kickoffs.
We shall see when the guys will start complaining after a while.
Yep, definitely. We definitely shall see. Let me move on. We said it about football. Let's go back to gambling in sports. So this was proposed here, Yahoo Sports. Nick Bromberg, NCAA says to push states with legalized sports betting to ban prop bets for all college sporting events. The NCAA is pushing states to ban prop bets involving college players. NCAA President Charles Baker issued a statement Wednesday asking all states that have legalized sports gambling to pass laws prohibiting the availability of the individual prop bets for college athletic events. Baker's statement comes as the NBA is in the midst of an investigation into prop betting activity earlier this year. Sports betting issues are on the rise across the country, with prop bets continues to threaten the integrity of competition and leading to student athletes and professional athletes getting harassed. Baker said in a statement, the NCAA has been working with states to deal with these threats, and many are responding by banning college prop bets. This is very laughable. This week, we will be contacting officials across the country and states that still, allow these bets and ask them to join Ohio, Vermont, Maryland, and many others and remove college prop bets from all betting markets. The NCAA is drawing the line on sports betting to protect student athletes and to protect the integrity of the game. Issues across the country these last several days and show that there's more work to be done. Let me read this, and this is coming from Joey Lynn of Inside the Nuggets. Denver Nuggets star reacts to brothers betting investigation. Toronto Raptors forward Jonte Porter, the brother of Denver Nuggets star Michael Porter Jr., is currently, I didn't even know that, is currently being investigated by the NBA for betting irregularities involving himself. Asked about this on Wednesday night, Porter Jr. told reporters, "I know what you guys know. I know Jonte loves the game of basketball. He's been really excited to play with the Raptors. So I know just as much as you guys know at this point. I have known my brother my whole life. I know what type of dude he is. I know he's excited to play basketball and highly doubt that he would do anything to put himself in jeopardy." On the Rise Sports Betting, Porter Jr. added, "It's part of the game now. I think that it's obviously a dangerous habit. It's a dangerous vice for people. The love for the money is the root of all evil. So I think that even though it's a thing, we as players just have to accept that. We get paid a lot of money to play this game. And I know these people, these fans, they want to make some money as well." Porter Jr. added, "The players end up disappointing one group of people regardless of their performance, since some people bet over and bet under, which is another interesting dynamic." So if you don't know, Jonte Porter, he is under investigation for some prop bet or something. I'll have to put it up. But this is what all sports were getting when they got into bed with betting. That's why when I read the first article from Yahoo Sports, I said it was laughable. Now you got Shohei Ohtani with his, like I said, he ain't no $4 million coming from. Like I said, I'd be mad if D-Dub took $4 out of my account to buy some milk. Well, $4 don't get milk in this economy.
Maybe a quart.
Yeah, I know what I'm talking about though, right? It's laughable. Now everybody is like, prop bets and all that stuff. Now you want to put parameters and safeguards and yeah, they're kids and stuff like that. Even Jonte Porter, he's
pro.
Go ahead, D-Dub.
Yeah, he's a pro. Yo, you put a bet on how many rebounds, how many 3-pointers he shoots, how many, you know what I'm saying, how many what did you think was going to happen? What did you think when you enter into the betting world? This is what it is, man. This is what they do. And now you got players. I think I heard what's the North Carolina's center? Was it Babcock? He was complaining about. He's complaining about fans and
the harassment
part. So you say, oh, they players, they should be okay. That's one thing of booing and cheering. Now we got, I want to kill you because you did.
Yeah, he's still winning games, but
right,
he didn't win them money. So now he's catching shit for something he has.
Oh man, you didn't give me that 8th rebound.
Yeah,
I got 7.
And this is what I was telling y'all about last week when I said, listen, I don't even do fantasy football or any of these fantasy. I stopped that long time ago because it just took away from me as a fan of my actual team. I stopped that.
Yep.
Along with it, like I said, it felt like I was doing work. So, I don't agree with it. I know it's the wave now, and either you roll with it or you get rolled under. But
rolled over.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you right off the rip. I don't think that this is a good thing for any of the major league sports teams, or sports leagues. So I just think you're gonna have a problem. There was a reason why we wasn't doing it. There was a reason why we wasn't doing it.
But you got to be open-minded. What is wrong with you?
Okay, all right. Listen, man. What do I know? Again, listen. I'm just D-Dubs of the Sports Chasers podcast. Listen. Yeah. Just go back when this all hits the fan, and I just let you know that I said it. That's all. This is not good. I don't think this is going to be good. And eventually, somebody's either going to get hurt or there's going to be a major takedown or somebody. Some star athlete is going to act like, I'm not going to get caught. I'm going,
point shaven. Yep.
Point shaven. And we're going to go through this whole What was it? The Black Sox scandal?
1919 Black Sox scandal between the World Series was thrown by the Chicago White Sox. They was playing the Cincinnati Reds, and
Listen.
it's actually a pretty good movie out about that.
There's gonna be somebody who's not gonna give a fuck about this whole team shit. None of that. And they like, yo, I got to get paid. I'm gonna try to get the money. There you go. It's gonna be somebody.
I sorry, I sneezed. I couldn't hold that one.
They go to corner somebody in the hotel.
Hey, yo, bro. Hey, I'm just saying, man. You
no
know,
money, no problem.
Hey, there's an underground world for listen.
Yeah.
But,
Take that.
Hey.
Yeah. Soon as you start,
said more money, more problems. I just said take that.
Yeah, more money, more problems is real.
But you know what I'm saying? It's like you invite this,
vice,
this behavior,
sports betting into, all these different sports. And I'm with D-Dub. I don't do fantasy football, hockey, baseball, any of that shit. Like I'll do the pick'em polls like we did last year. We're picking teams.
Yeah, it's cool.
Because I found the same thing where I gave a shit less about what my teams were doing and just worrying about individual
players, right?
Yeah, that were getting me points or not performing. Who do I need to pick up? And I was just like, I don't even care about the sport anymore. I just care about, competing.
Right.
And it's like, nah, I put that shit away. I'm done. And I find, and that this is kind of the same thing that the betting is going to end up doing. That my partner, he's like, oh man, I was going to bet on the NCAA women's game. They had Caitlin. The line was like she's going to score 28 points. He's like, that's going to be an over. And then I think they had like 2 or 3 of the prominent female players. Was it Juju from USC?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm trying to think, was it Beckers from UConn? That like what they would get points wise and stuff. And like he said, they pulled them down. So that must have been what you were talking about. Some of these betting sites took the prop bets down. But that's the thing is you're inviting this hostility towards these people. And
like these kids in college in the college world.
They're trying to win a championship, and they miss a layup in a big game or miss a free throw in a big game, and it's like, well, they had to have been cheating. They did it for the bet.
Could you imagine if this was going on when Chris Webber was playing?
Shit,
and if Chris, man, like
who's the referee in basketball that got banned?
Tim Donahue, I believe it's Tim Donahue, whatever.
Yeah.
But I mean, that was even before this. Now, is there going to be Angel Hernandez? Are you going to find, that, I mean, we just know Angel's terrible. So it has nothing to do with betting on games or anything. Just, disclaimer. But, when they make some of these radical calls, or the other night, I think Philly was pissed off at the end of the game that they missed a foul. Now there's going to be some question. Like before, there was no betting allowed at all, right?
Correct.
So, well, I mean, you could do your illegal stuff.
I mean, illegal stuff, yeah, but nobody.
But it's not as prominent,
right?
And it's not all accessible now, or like it is now. So,
correct.
That being said, you're inviting more, challenges or thoughts into the integrity of what's going on in said sports, which, is that going to be the headline, come, Monday morning after Sunday football? He only, he had, if he would have got the over, if he just got that one catch and, and whoever the guy is for the Chiefs that drops everything. I mean, it's a natural act for them. So them dropping the football. So it's like, just, you're going to have more questioning of certain plays and things of what the intentions, integrity of the call was.
Yeah, and Kev, the only reason why I brought up Chris Webber because remember, like he called the timeout and he didn't have no timeouts, and I'm just saying, people would have lost their minds if they had money on that game, and I'm sure there's people that had money on the game, but to this magnitude, like what we're talking about now, he would have called a timeout. These people would have crucified
death threats. Yeah, he would have had death threats.
He would have crucified Chris Webber, and Chris Webber is a kid at that time. That's the only reason why I bring up Chris Webber's story in that back then, back in the day. And I'm just saying, I mean, this is, you have what I said. What's that? What's it? Bernie Bickerstaff, I believe his son, or he's already talked about it. There's people who are talking about this already, man, and it's like, yo, they're not feeling this with the fans, and the NBA is fans are very close up on the game. They're yelling and shouting a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I mean,
and the fact that this mobile device that you're allowed to have in your hand, so you're allowed to look at what's going on, even
real time,
real time, and even in the stadiums and arenas, they even have now portions and betting parlays in some of these stadiums and arenas now, which is
Crazy.
Absolutely crazy. So
y'all, you know what? We said it here. We'll continue this discussion. This is a very good discussion, but yeah, betting in professional sports,
not a good thing.
You walk a very, 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 very fine line when doing so. Let me move on to college basketball right now. The Sweet 16. I got on my screen here, Clemson and Arizona. It's 56-54. Number 2, Arizona gets number 6, Clemson. You got
San Diego State and Connecticut.
That's 40-31 tonight. San Diego State against UConn. It's 42-33. Is it? Yeah.
Iowa State and Illinois play at 10, and UNC Alabama at 9:39.
Yeah, I'm intrigued by the Alabama North Carolina game. Like DA said last year, Bacot, this is like his 10th year.
How's everybody's bracket looking?
Yeah. So Dan, I'm pretty sure you got it. So
no, I don't see D Dubs.
Yeah, D Dub had a brain fart. I don't know.
So let's share something real quick. So I can't bring it up right now because I haven't signed it. So me and the fellas, we did a bracket. I believe Eric, the angry one, he's leading. I think Dan is second,
and Mike.
Then Mike, then the DA, then Ryan, then the DA, then myself. And I think I'm last.
No, Dorian is.
Okay, the DA is last. But anyway, we don't say D-Dub because I sent him an invite and D-Dub signed up for another league.
Yeah, I don't know how I did that, though.
I had to manually put him in the league whenever I get a chance, and Dan's been having fun with it. Hey, D-Dub, where you at in the standings?
I'm in somebody else's standings, bro.
With two other people. A league I created like 10 years ago or something like that. So,
but I got 40. I
wonder
got 40
if 2 people got notification.
Hey, I got 45 points though. Whoever's lead this is, I got 45 points. So
you're right above Ryan.
So 45, 33 correct.
Yeah, you'd be in 4th.
Yeah. So that's what I'm looking like right now.
Okay, so D-Dub, let me see me.
Kevin, you got 43.
I'm 43. Okay, I got 43. Yeah, DA got 38. So yeah, D-Dub, you would be above Ryan, so you would be 3rd place. Okay.
Well, technically 4th because me and Millie are tied for 2nd.
Right. And Eric is, I don't know what, I saw Eric's picks the other day. I was like, man, Eric.
He must have been on FanDuel.
Yeah, that's probably why he ain't here tonight. He on
DraftKings.
Yeah, FanDuel, DraftKings.
The planes flying across Raleigh and stuff like that. Yeah, man. So that's definitely funny, man. That's definitely funny. Hey, I wanted to mention this other story before I get Caitlin Clark. Y'all, she's the phenom forward from guard from Iowa, and it looks like she's been offered $5 million to play for the Big Three for Ice Cube's Big Three. Some people like it, some people don't. I don't know if she takes the deal. I don't know if this is some kind of publicity stunt. Some women have came out in the other league. They say, well, y'all been down for 5 years, Big Three. What happened to us? So some people are mad. Some people are glad. Some people are sad. I just say Caitlin Clark. First of all, I'll say this. I don't know how this rule will work if they do this, right? Is, because I know Caitlin Clark, she'll get destroyed in the Big Three. She'll get posted up and they'll destroy her. Unless they they put a girl in or whatever. I don't know how they would do it. But $5 million, I don't know. D-Dub, your thoughts?
Listen, man. Listen.
Uh-oh.
If you got a career in the WNBA, I would focus on the WNBA, and then Ice Cube stuff, maybe at a later time, or whatever the case is. Let me focus on the WNBA before I start. I appreciate the offer, Ice. I gotta let me get this WNBA popping, and then get myself. Now, if my career turns into trash, maybe you might, if you still want to offer me that $5 million. But yo, and the rest of the females, I mean, I could understand why they'll be a little bit butthurt and upset that, hey, well, we didn't get that same opportunity as well. So,
yeah.
I hate for it to be, here we go again, this black white shit,
it's here we go again.
It's here we go again, black, white. I'm about sick of all of that, but it is what it is. I can understand why they upset. But Caitlin Clark is a talent, man. So I mean, you gotta understand that too, man. And Ice is trying to get his
and must see TV, right?
Right. And he's thinking about his ratings and getting his league popping. So listen,
the NBA been kind of against him, right? Oops.
Right. But it's a business, man, and it's a business. It's a business, and a lot of people get it all, confused. Right.
Yeah.
So you gotta take your feelings out of it and just understand it's a business and move on.
Go ahead, Dan.
No, I was just gonna say that if you watch the McAfee show, he did an interview with Ice Cube.
Shout out to Pat, friend of the show.
Yep. And he asked the questions. How's it work, and how's it going to work, and that kind of thing. So if you want a little bit more info on that, I would highly recommend watching that. But like, the only reason why this came out is somebody leaked it.
Yeah,
and that's why it's news now. But they gave her they didn't talk about what the offer was, but they said that the offer's in. It's up to their camp, whatever. But it's like 10 weeks, like 10 Saturdays for $5 million. I don't know, playing basketball against guys. Yeah, you might get, dunked on or whatever. But $5 million for 10 weekends, that doesn't seem too bad. And, Pat actually asked too, you thinking about bringing back some, the former pros like Tarasi and Sue Bird or whatever. And, like I said,
Lisa Leslie also has coaches in the league already.
But
she actually coaches in the league. Yes.
Yeah, Nancy Lieberman, I think it is. Isn't she a coach in that league too?
I believe so. It's fun. I went last year. I had a ball.
Is it women versus women, or is it co-ed? It's all mixed.
Yeah. Co-ed. Yeah.
I mean, 3-on-3 pickup game. I mean, not pickup game, but a 3-on. It's a league.
It's half court.
It's half court.
It's like playing at the playground.
I mean, $5 million
for 10.
Yeah, I would have to entertain. I would have to entertain it, but at the same time, I'm like, okay, hold on. Let me do my thing over here before I go over there. So yeah.
And I think she got an invite to the U.S. Olympic team.
Yeah, I just seen that. Yeah,
I just saw that come across the stream. Correct.
Let me. So wait a minute. Is it going to interfere with her WNBA time? That's all.
What, the big three?
Yeah.
Well, both. They all go during the summer.
So the way that they said it was that there might be one weekend out of the 10 weeks that they got to move the game around. But if she plays in this before she goes into the WNBA, she should be fine because they can't tell her she can't play if she's not in the league.
All right, so a little bit better understanding. All right, so I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah. If she can do it before her time with the WNBA, then I don't see what's the problem. If that's what she want to do, grab a bag, I'll grab $5 million and because WNBA ain't gonna pay you nothing but what 100,000, 200,000, maybe 300,000. So go ahead, grab the bag from Ice Cube and go ahead and do your thing.
The DA says no, they would stop WNBA for an AAU tournament. Shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, go ahead. If it's like that. Now, I was under this, assumption that it was going to interfere with before. So if it's before, go ahead. Why not? Go ahead. If you could grab a quick bag, I'll be like, yo, let me come off the bench. I
don't know. Let me read the story real quick. This from Yahoo Sports. Clayton from Liz Rosher from Yahoo Sports. Caitlin Clark and Ice Cube, the collaboration you didn't know you wanted. It could happen, but not in the recording studio. Ice Cube and Big Three Basketball League had offered Iris Clark a landmark contract to play in the 3-on-3 league. The deal for $5 million for 10 total games, according to TMZ, and Clark will see even more money from endorsements and merchandise. And $5 million is quite a bit more than Clark would make in the WNBA, where yearly player salaries typically don't rise above $300K.
There you go.
If Clark took the contract and became the highest paid women's basketball player ever, Ice Cube said she'd still be able to play in the WNBA. He sees the Big Three as an alternative to the practice of WNBA players going overseas to play during the off season.
Shout out to Ice Cube.
Shout out to Ice Cube. Americans women athletes should not be forced to spend their all season playing in often dismal and dubious foreign countries just to make ends meet. Ice Cube posted on. This is a brilliant move by Ice Cube to be.
Absolutely, yes.
And the sponsors and everything were all on board.
If the women should be all over this right now. You got a man that's trying to.
They thinking narrow-minded, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. They should be all on this. They should be supporting this man. They should be going over there. They should they should be doing all types of stuff. Yo, genius. They should be on top of this. I think it's a win. Yeah, $5 million. He getting paid more than it. WNBA. Yeah.
Shout out to Big VO4. He talking about Caleb throwing up bricks. NCAA needs to put some respect on the ACC.
Oh Christ!
Another Caleb. Caleb Love. Something about that Caleb boy. I tell you.
Yeah.
I wonder why he's not at USC. Why is he not at Carolina anymore?
Stop it, Dan.
Nope.
I have no idea.
Man. I think this is a brilliant move. Ice Cube, he's forward thinking. I love forward thinking people, man. I love forward people. Dan, you was told to shut up. You got a hostile person that wants you to shut up. We love engagement on the show. We love engagement on the show. Shout out to all of that.
Big view 04.
Dan has an enemy of the state. Man, shout out to the crew that was missing tonight, to Mike Mills, to the Angry One, to the DA. Shout out to our producer, man. He's still on maternity leave, man. And
congrats,
been
buddy.
doing my thing. Congrats again. Great show tonight. Where's Pittsburgh? Dan, he's still firing shots, bro. He's still firing shots at you, bro.
Damn.
It's right by West Mech.
Jesus Christ.
You know what? Parting shots. I'll go to D-Dub. D-Dub, what you got for us before we get out of here, man? Great show.
Another good show. Appreciate everybody rocking with us tonight. Come back again and we'll talk about more stuff in the world of sports. But opening day, shout outs to everybody. Baseball is back, and we got when I think about baseball, summertime. Approaching.
Yeah, drums, please. Summertime, yes. Summertime is definitely here. So appreciate that, D-Dubs. Dan, what do you got, man, besides fighting with Lackey? What do you got?
I just hope his boys don't choke because I got them win the bracket. And that bracket's important to me. You know what I'm saying? I put a lot of faith in them.
You got them going all the way. Am I correct?
Yep. I
Okay.
don't know why, but someone told me I love Duke, so I had to prove them wrong. But anyway, great show. Yeah, Mikey, Eric, Dorian, Junior, miss you guys. Ryan, good show. We'll get back after it here in a couple of weeks.
Yep. Shout out to the fellas again. Thank you guys for always, we're doing this good content, man. Hey, the next couple of weeks, man, look for some standalone episodes that'll be dropping on Mondays and Wednesday nights, man. We're going to be talking to a hockey great, me and Dan. Look out for that interview here real soon. Derek Sanderson. Yeah. So we'll be talking to Mr. Sanderson. Look him up, man. He played with the Boston Bruins. And me and Dan will be talking to Mr. Sanderson here. And for those who like the mind, sports in the mind, we'll be talking to a couple of gentlemen that'll be about sports psychology, man. It should be very interesting, man. So we'll be dropping those episodes as well. Talking to a coach from the University of Buffalo. We got some standalone episodes that'll be dropping on Monday and Wednesday. Please make sure you look out for those, get the notifications and all that. Debbie's reminded, I guess she's taking DA spot. She said, yeah, remember, crack is whack.
Crack is whack.
You got some people, man, that took over for you, man. Crack is whack. Yeah, DA, that would be his part in shots. Crack is whack. Shout out to the DA, man. But other than that, I don't have nothing else, man. Have a good weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Spring is Sunday. Here. Easter Sunday. Do your thing, man. Do your cooking, whatever. You go to church.
Enjoy your fam.
Yeah. Enjoy your family time. Tomorrow's Good Friday. All that good stuff. Enjoy your family time. Be peaceful. Be cool. Be mindful of one another. And just be a good person, man. That's all I ask, man. Listen, on behalf of myself, I'm Kevin Warren, your host and moderator for Dan the Hockey Dude, for Darryl D-Dubs Warren, for the DA, Dorian Albritton Sr., for our super producer, Dorian Albritton Jr., for Mike Mills in his absence, also for James the Angry One Warren. Yo, this is the Sports Chasers Podcast. I'm Kevin Warren, man. Hey, y'all have a good weekend. Y'all be good. Hey, also remember to be great. I'm coming from you from Chase Zone Studios, my new studio here. Holla back. Peace. Be good.
That's a wrap for today's episode of the Sports Chasers Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube and your favorite podcast platforms, and connect with us on all social media channels for exclusive content and updates. We'd also love for you to join the conversation, share your thoughts, and become part of the Sports Chasers community. And remember to tune in next time for some more real sports talk. Until then, stay frosty.